How did I face my fear of flying 12 hours to America? A sustainable hotel, and what does this mean? And all the challenges I faced in my first days in America, I will share in this video. I'm Theresa Khalil, a writer, a documentary filmmaker from Egypt. I spent most of my life in the Arabic world and now I live in Europe. And just recently I flew to America. I spent a month there if you watched my previous video. So let's go over my fear of flying. I couldn't imagine being in a tube flying over the ocean. But I had to face my fear because I wanted to go to Joe Dispenza retreat, as you know. And just the idea of a metal tube flying over the ocean was so scary. So how did I overcome this? I asked myself, why am I scared? And the answer was, I'm scared because the plane will fall in the ocean. And that's terrifying. And then I thought to myself, okay, this is the worst case scenario. What about the best case scenario, knowing that there are not many plane accidents? There is another scenario that the plane will arrive safely. So I focused on that scenario, assuming that the plane will arrive safely. And what helped me was looking at this tablet that they have in front of you where you can follow where the plane is flying, what are the temperature and all that. Also, the food was distracting, so that was a part of it. And this tablet that you have in front of you where you can watch movies, I watched a lot of documentaries and I did meditation because they had meditation also on the plane. So all this helped and I arrived safely. But there is another video of how I lost my fear of elevators and planes after Joe Dispenza retreat on this channel. Another challenge was the traffic and the street signs. I didn't expect that the pedestrian has a red part of the road to cross on because I always thought it will be like, white lines. The traffic lights were confusing because sometimes there were no traffic lights for the pedestrians. You and the cars had the same traffic light. That was confusing in Philadelphia. But on the brighter side, all the signs were written in English. And that's not common in Europe because in Europe you just have the symbol of the traffic sign. But in America, everything was written in English. Another challenge was the junk food. A lot of junk food, of course, hamburgers and all kind of chicken, a lot of chicken. And as you know, I care for healthy living, so I made sure that my hotel is near Whole Foods. And this takes me to another challenge that I faced when I arrived in America and I didn't have a SIM card. And I was trying to find one in the airport. I couldn't find. I asked in the hotel. No one knew. So I went to Whole Foods walking, thinking it was about 15 minutes. It turned out to be 15 minutes by car. And then after I arrive and I do all the shopping, I just can't go home or go to the hotel carrying all that. So I wanted to order an Uber, but I didn't have any credit. So I tried to connect to a supermarket Wi-Fi and I ordered the Uber. And because I was stressed and I didn't know what I was doing, I put another branch of the hotel, which was so far. And as I was on the way, I told the Uber, like, where are you going? He said, I'm going to that branch. I said, no, I want the other one. He said, that's not my problem. I will drop you here and you manage. I said, please, I don't have internet. Can you take me to the hotel? I'll pay you more. So I had to pay him more. I think he was a guy from Afghanistan. And he dropped me in front of the hotel, but after I lost a lot of money. And this made me realize that I should not get out of the hotel until I solve the SIM card issue. So I was stuck in the hotel for a few days just because some people told me that I may find the SIM card in a pharmacy, I may find it in a library or in a bookshop. And I was trying all that and it failed, So I was just stuck in my hotel wondering, how is this even possible? I can't get a SIM card in America. So after all those failed trials, I searched online. I found a mobile shop I took the Uber there and finally I solved this problem. I got a good deal. I think for $60 I was having unlimited phone calls and internet and messages. And that's when my life started in America, because without the internet in this era, you are lost. You can't do anything. You can't even go around. Now let's go to the Citizen M Hotel, which I was staying in, which is sustainable. I always, when I'm traveling, I try to be in a sustainable hotel because they have a lot of advantages. I'm going to tell you what they are. So those people care about the environment, and you will see that they care about everything because of that. So they care about all the details. You will see how the decor is so out of the box, very unusual for a hotel. And they have a lot of attention to the details. So you will see messages, funny messages on everything, on the shampoo, on the hair dryer, on the don't disturb sign. They also care about the food, so the food is usually mainly local and organic as much as possible. And as someone who cares for healthy living, that was important for me. Of course, I was disappointed that the tea was organic, but it was in a plastic bag, which is like, that's when you know that life is not perfect. But yeah, so the food was very good. And let me say that those hotels are not expensive. It depends actually about the location and which city you are in. But in Washington, they were very affordable. And you have this also refilling your water bottle. That was amazing. You get filtered water, without any plastic. You also, in those hotels, you are near all transportation because they care that you don't use much gas in cars. So usually sustainable hotels are in locations that are very close to the transportation, underground or buses. And I also stayed in a sustainable hotel in Vienna. This is the most soft toilet paper I've ever seen. You see here, your beauty sleep awaits, not that you need it. This is the don't disturb. And the hair dryer is hiding. Everything, they put a lot of attention to everything on the shampoo bottles. And I found books as well. They have the School of Life books. And I was surprised that they have a book called How to Find Love, because as you know, I have a book, Love Surfing, that documents my journey to find love and my life partner between Egypt and Europe, which will be in English soon. So what a coincidence to find such a book in the hotel, in my hotel room. And this is the shampoo and how they write on it. Funny messages, welcome Theresa. And I was watching myself on the television, so you can connect YouTube. Another thing in the hotel was the tablet. They have this magical tablet where you can order all the services. You can change the light of the room, the vibes of the room. You can also order breakfast. Many services are on this tablet. It also connects you to the television. So they have a lot of programs, a lot of yoga, meditation already installed. You can choose. So if you want to do yoga in the hotel, they also have this controlling the blinds. You can put it down, put it up using this tablet as well. So one of the things also about those sustainable hotels is that they care about the technology. And of course, I wanted to do some yoga. You select the whatever you want to watch, and then you play it and it will show on your television. Ta-da! So you can do yoga or any kind of exercises actually, which is very nice because if you are traveling, you should still exercise. Another challenge I faced was the underground. Before I go to America, everyone was warning me about how crazy the underground is, and there are a lot of crazy people that may push me and hit me and all that. So I was actually terrified to use the underground for a while. I was supposed to meet someone and I just apologized not to be able to do so because I was just afraid to go to the underground. But then I faced my fear and I went, you see how the machine for getting the card is so complicated? But someone helped me to get the card. I overcame my fear. I went to the underground and it actually wasn't that scary. And don't get me wrong, I'm someone who's traveling a lot. I've been all around Europe and I'm a nomad, so I was traveling from one country to another. I'm a couch surfer as well. But it's just because it's a different continent and you hear a lot of things about it. And also I'm not as young as I used to be. So I'm now traveling in my 50s for the first time to America. This umbrella actually they gave me in the hotel. You see, they pay attention to the details because it was raining and it helped a lot because I didn't have an umbrella. I didn't expect that it would rain in the summer. And after I solved all those problems and challenges, the SIM card, the underground, I decided to go to the White House and see what is Trump up to. And I started discovering what is America is all about, and this will be in a coming video. As we are approaching the end of the year, I want to remind you that you can check my journal, Fukaira, 90 Days for Change, for a more healthy, more calm, more conscious and creative life. It's available on Amazon, all kinds of Amazons, so you can order your copy. All links in the description box. Also, don't forget that I do listening. If you have something on your mind that you want to get off your chest, or you want to share what you are thinking about with someone who may help you see things in a different light, those are the listening sessions. I will also leave a link in the description box. And if you want to have an idea how does it go, there is a video of a listening session here on the channel. So check it out and see you in a coming video.